Hey guys, my name is Alec Lehrman and I am here to do a follow-up video on how to play outside the changes. Before we talked about using triads over certain roots, major triads over specifically G. So we're going to continue working in the key of G. If we're just riffing in the key of G, there's a couple tools you can use and a couple chords you can use to outline outside changes. If we're just vamping in the key of G, one thing I would tell you to do is I would experiment with the 5 chord, D, and doing a lick from D to G. In the same sense, we can expand that idea, and using the diminished scale, D7 is the same as F7, is the same as A flat 7, is the same as B7. We get that because the diminished scale also moves in minor thirds. So what we're doing is we're considering, Joe Pass does this, he considers the diminished scale just part of a dominant scale, like a 7 flat 9. So if you wanted to play diminished tone, you just flat the 9. And so when we get these when we get the 4 dominant chords of D7, F7, A flat 7, and B7, we now have a wide harmonic variety. We have 4 chords basically to outline when going back to the G. So let's say we want to outline A flat 7. You could play a lick, and it's very important to outline the chord specifically so it doesn't seem like you're bullshitting. So key of G, and now we want to play a little outside lick. You could do something like this. And what that is doing is outlining. Once again, that lick is starting on the D. And that will give you an outside sound for just a moment before you re-enter the key of G. Another way to do this would, let's say you're thinking the same chord, you can say basically an A flat 13. So that's another little way to escape the tonal center of G just for a second and then come right back, and you always want to resolve it. Here's another lick using the same idea of moving the 5 chord up in minor thirds. You can let's pretend like we're in F now. We're going from F to G. We're playing like an F dominant just for a second before we go back into the key of G. Here's a lick. So here is a lick that you can play outlining an F dominant chord going back into G. Slowly it goes. So it's going to give you this F dominant sound, or so those are 2 licks you could use to get an outside sound. I'm going to do a 3rd lick right now, and we're going to kind of get out of this little position right here. We're going to go all the way up here, and it's going to sound like this. We're going to outline a diminished sound, and this is going to give you a really cool outside sound. And I'm going to play it slow for you. I'm thinking D diminished, or sorry, D7 flat 9, outlining the diminished scale, and the diminished scale being. and then we'd want to resolve to the G. So here is the outside lick. Resolving to the 5 of the G. So slow again. So those are 3 licks you can use to give you an outside sound, all in the key of G major, and you could, change keys however you see fit. But if we're in the key of G major, just as a reminder, we can use D7, F7, A flat 7, or B7, and we can outline all 4 of those chords. And when we outline them, make sure to play all, the triad, and then we go back and resolve to a G. And the best way to resolve to home is on the 3rd or the 5th. So we're going to try to resolve to the B or the D. Thank you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon. See you later.